You know, it's cold in here, but I refuse to swap out the air conditioner for the space heater yet. There's literally snow on the ground, and I won't do it. Speaking of snow, though, today we're going to be talking about Let It Snow, which actually appeared on Netflix the day the snow came to town. Literally, the entire ground was covered. So the first thing that happened when I woke up that morning and turned on Netflix to just have my background noise on while I was editing was Let It Snow. And I actually screamed at my television. No! So basically, this is just one of Netflix's new Christmas holiday movies, or at least festive movies. It is taking place, I think they mentioned like a couple times that it's taking place on Christmas Eve, but it never really gets too Christmassy feeling. It really is focusing on the snow, if you couldn't tell by the title. And basically, the premise around this movie is, I'm guessing, like 5 different people pitch Netflix movie ideas for holiday-related content or snow-related content or any just kind of, maybe any kind of rom-com, honestly. And Netflix was like, okay, rather than making all of these movies, let's just put them all into one movie, which is actually counter what I believe Netflix's typical marketing strategy was. If this was actually pitched as one movie, I'm surprised that Netflix didn't insist on separating it into 5 movies, but here we are. So right off the bat, when it starts, we get this.
You know, it doesn't usually snow on Christmas Eve in Laurel, Illinois, but this year, we're lucky.
Oh no, is that Joan Cusack? Oh honey, what are you doing? But either way, it starts with this monologue about how snow has a way of bringing people together, which we'll touch on in a second, but it kind of just starts jumping around the different players that we're gonna have in this. So we get a record store shop with Sabrina, the teenage witch here, and this dude. You know, I think the records are trying to tell them something. Honestly, I'm down with that. I thought that was kind of fun. We like record humor. Wait, does that make me a boomer? No, vinyl are coming back. It's fine. Everything's okay. Then it cuts to this chick looking at a pig, and then, you know, this girl in her room. You know, it's really nice to see that Dora's doing well enough to get into Columbia. Just good job, Dora. So either way, it cuts back to that nice little, you know, monologue coming from Joan Cusack here, where she's talking about how snow has the power to bring us together.
Snow has the power to bring us together.
Okay, look, only if you live with those people. In real life, when there's snowstorms, people just get trapped wherever they are. So unless you're already with those people, snow does not bring you together. The snow itself is not what's bringing people together. I think it's just the season, but you know, whatever. I get what they're going for. It's okay. But either way, it's kind of setting up all of these side stories with the different characters, like this guy trying to start a party, this girl being obsessed with her boyfriend that's not answering her, and so on and so forth. It cuts back to record store guy, and he shaves a hole in his nipple. And of course, right as he does this, the girl he's clearly into runs up into his room. So it cuts back to Dora, like kind of like grimacing at this guy in the distance who's like a celebrity. And I just kind of get the impression that like maybe there's a history there. I don't know why else she'd be grimacing at this random person. So we cut over here and it's Ned from Homecoming. And he is setting up for a party now that his family has left for the holidays for some reason without him. Like, I don't know why he didn't go with them, but you know, whatever. He's gonna have a party in his house and it's cool. So we got Nipple Clipper here helping, and then, you know, that girl that made him clip his nipple appears. I'm gonna be honest. This is one of those situations that behavior-wise, this girl was just completely not into him. Like, that's not where they're gonna go with this. Not the friend zone though. The friend zone is stupid and fake. Come by my stream sometime if you want me to go into the full dialogue about why the friend zone is fake, but I'm gonna save you guys from that here right now. But the friend zone is not real. If you're only talking to somebody because you want to date them, you putting them into the I can't say it in a YouTube video. But either way, like I said, all this is happening while Ned from Homecoming is setting up for a Christmas party, but surprise, his parents come home and he doesn't actually get in that much trouble. He just ends up getting called into work. It's fine. But yeah, that's some essential Christmas decor right there. Just, yes, I would like those reindeer, please. So now it cuts back to the chick who was looking at the pig, hanging out with her best friend, who is the girl who was super pining over this dude on Instagram.
I'm dying to show you this present I'm getting you. I just have to make sure you like it, because it's a pretty pig commitment.
No, pigs are not something that you gift someone. They are probably one of the most abandoned gifts because teacup pigs never stay as small as people think they are. We do not gift people pigs. We actually just don't gift people animals in general. That's a horrible thing to gift somebody. You do not get your friends living creatures as gift. That's a no.
Like dumber than the people who blow on ice cream before they eat it.
Wait, there are people who blow on ice cream? Okay, leave in the comment section if you blow on your ice cream. I'm gonna need to know who does that. It's not so people can judge you. It's just for research. Just leave it down below. But either way, these two end up getting pissed off at each other for like a really stupid reason. They're talking about Joan Cusack, who for whatever reason has like an entire tinfoil thing. The girl who's obsessed with the dude who I'm now realizing reminds me very eerily of Jackie from that 70s show. And no, she was planning to gift her a pig. We don't do that. So then it cuts back to Dora on the train and she crashes into this celebrity dude. So I guess there was actually nothing there. They had never met before. My deductive reasoning was wrong. I guess she just hated his Christmas song, I guess. I get that. For most of my life, I've hated Mariah Carey's I Don't Want a Lot, All I Want for Christmas Is You. I'm good now. It took like 10 years, but it's fine. But either way, after their meet cute, it cuts back to the nipple clipper and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. And I know they're going to get together, but damn, no. Then it cuts back to Dora and she jumps out of the train and like, please God, no. Like, I know that that's what's coming my way. I know eventually I'm going to have to walk out my door and there's going to be snow up to my knee and it's going to be horrible and cold. But that's okay. They're on their way to Waffle House. Waffle Town. Actually, Awful Town. Either way, it cuts back to Jackie, and it turns out her boyfriend has already been picked up by another group of people, including the girl that she was panicked about. Future tip though, if somebody's not answering you, but you can tell that they're being active on social media, don't just show up at their house. You either learn that your self-worth is worth more than that, and that they're not good enough for your time, or realize that maybe there's something you're doing that they don't want to answer you. Then it cuts back to the Awful Town. Dora, the celebrity, go inside where we've got Ned from Homecoming. We got the pig girl. We got to come up with a better nickname for pig girl. Her name's Dory. We'll actually just call her name. It cuts back to Dory, who is gay, by the way. And then this group of dancers walk in and she realizes like, wow, one of these girls I had like a moment with. We spent all night talking. That's amazing. And wait, is that Ray William Johnson's ex-girlfriend? No, never mind. I don't think it is. Wait, this is when Google's actually our friend. We can just look this up. Hang on. Let it snow. Not let it snot. Let it snow. Anna Akana. It is. And her name is Tegan in this, but we're still calling her Ray William Johnson's ex-girlfriend's kind of mean. We're just gonna call her Anna. I don't know why I can't just call these characters by their character names, but that's okay. Good for you, Anna. Getting jobs, getting work, playing high school or early college age. That's the goals right there. Dory decides she's gonna go over there and say hi.
It's so crazy. I was actually just thinking about you this morning when I was in the shower.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. If she had ever been into you, you might have blown it here.
No, because I have one of those soaps that has a little toy in the center.
This is worse than Scott's Tots. I had to skip ahead 10 seconds. I can't do this. Anyways, it cuts back to Sabrina and the nipple clipper, and they are now hanging out with a guy that had recently gone to their school, but he went away to college. But he's a nice jock. That's such a nice change. Like, good job, Netflix. Like, this is making it even harder for me to want to ship these two people together because the guy that seems potentially interested in her is really nice. Man, you're actually the one who's kind of come across as a little bit of a bitch here, nipple clipper. But anyways, we do end up getting the jock assholes. They are twins and they are questioned why they're not currently in prison. I just need to wonder who runs on ice. Like, is this little bitch hockey? Is this hockey for people who just can't hang with ice skates? Cause like, why are you running on ice? Anyways, that was just my little Canadian aside here. We're now cutting back to the Awful House where the dancers obviously realize that this dude's a celebrity. I can't remember his name at all. I'm just gonna call him celebrity for the rest of this. So anyway, Dora helps him escape through the window, and then because this is like 5 movies at once, she ends up dumping a huge amount of information on him, such as, she got into Colombia, but her mom is currently dying, so she can't go to Colombia because she needs to stick around and take care of her mom. Those two end up going on their own little adventure, as is the way. So then we cut back to Jackie, who ends up asking for a drive from the person she was making fun of, Joan Cusack with the tinfoil lady. She ends up wanting a drive to the Awful House because she knows that's where people are. Ned ends up convincing people to move the party to the Awful House so they can still run it up later on that evening. He asks Sad Boy Nipple Clipper to bring some alcohol to the Awful House. So Sad Boy ends up stealing the mean jock's keg and they make a run for it. And we have like a really awesome like car getaway chase scene. It's great. I get that they're mad, but nobody is going to crash their Dodge Charger, whatever version of this Dodge that is, into the back of somebody's like crappy old car. Anyways, they managed to get away, but the dude's nipple's bleeding again. That's why he's a nipple clipper. So then it cuts back to the Awful House, and Anna goes to the bathroom, and Shower Girl, we're gonna call her Shower Girl now from those last statements, she decides she's gonna make her move. But damn, no, Anna's gonna make her move. We have full representation in this movie. We are good. Then she runs away the second one of her friends comes in, so, you know. It's whatever. So Shower Girl comes out of the bathroom and realizes, oh my God, my best friend's boyfriend is actually here chilling with that other girl that Jackie was paranoid about. Oh no. But before we can dwell on that for too long, it cuts back to Sabrina, Nice Jock, and Nipple Clipper. And Nice Jock's like kind enough to point out to Sabrina that like Nipple Clipper's probably gonna do really well with the ladies in college because he's like such a nice guy, which of course makes Sabrina realize that she might actually have feelings for him. But again, I would just like to say, this is a nice man. JP might as well stand for Jock Prince. So they start playing music in this church while they're trying to hide out, and then JP starts dancing with Sabrina, which of course makes Tobin, aka Nipple Clipper, jealous, but then he just starts being a dick about JP. But this man is kind, he is nice, and he's nice to you. We don't like Nipple Clipper. In the real world, Nipple Clipper's that guy who thinks the girl owes him the attention, and then everybody's like, wow, dude, you're weird. That's the reality of Nipple Clipper. So Shower Girl, again, decides she's gonna try to make a move, and she brings a quaffle waffle over to the table. But then this happens.
From Harry Potter.
Isn't that like for children?
Bull! No female this age is going to trash Harry Potter, not like that, not with such conviction. All credibility of this movie is out the window. It's Harry Potter. But also, girl, you are too good for this. You don't have to be bending yourself backwards to try to please Anna Akana, and maybe you should just ask to speak to her privately. I don't know. Okay, so it cuts back to Jackie's boyfriend, and I think this dude is like the guy Noah Centineo replaced. Like, I feel like this guy was in a bunch of Netflix movies, and they started putting them both in Netflix movies, and then Noah Centineo won out. Wait, never mind. This dude was in Booksmart. He's Nick from Booksmart. This is a step down. Wait, they're making a Love, Simon television show? How the hell? Anyways, Jackie shows up and starts sassing. She gets called a psycho by this girl who's like hanging around her boyfriend, and then the dance girls start weighing in.
Oh, she did not just call that girl a psycho.
She legit just called her a psycho.
Girl.
And I think I finally stand the dance girls. At first I was kind of like, wow, these are some judgmental bitches, but now I think I'm okay with them. But other than that, everybody's pretty sad and angry at everyone. So other than a little bit of drama, the celebrity and Dora were actually having a pretty good time together. They had gone to like a nice little play, a very inclusive holiday play with Dora's mom. There's kind of like a few emotional moments, but they were mostly doing well. Until Celebrity's publicist shows up and is all like, he does this in every city to everyone. This is just one day. And then they kind of have a moment where he's like, yo, come with me. Because apparently this needs to try to turn into like A Star Is Born. And she's like, no, one day can't change things. Because she's not trying to live that Lady Gaga life. But before we can dwell on that too much, it cuts back to Nipple Clipper in his car. And honestly, he would have frozen by now. His car is not on. There's no heat running to it. But either way, Sabrina ends up leaving with JP, Jock Prince. And again, we cut back to Dora and her mom. And her mom's like, oh my God, you made it into Columbia. Why wouldn't you tell me? You know, when life gives you something special, you need to take it, which is amazing advice. So now finally, everybody is getting to this party. The alcohol's not there yet, but people are still having a good time at the Awful House at this party. And obviously, Jackie realizes she was kind of being a jerk to her friend. Jesus Christ, she bought the pig. Okay, look. We are not making apologies through animals a thing. That is a living, breathing creature, is going to be alive for like 15 to 20 years, and you guys are about to go to college. I don't think they let pigs in college. Anyways, they have a nice moment.
You are the coolest, most badass human being on this planet. You deserve to be with someone who wants to shout from the rooftops how great you are.
You do deserve that, Shower Girl. You deserve that. So Nipple Clipper shows up with the keg finally, and he's weird, and we don't stand this behavior.
You don't know my story. You don't know where I'm from. You don't know me.
He gets sad. He goes up on the roof. Sabrina shows up, and this boy starts spilling his guts. He specifically says, like, I love you, but not in the traditional sense. But ends up being super traditional. But at least she calls him out on the fact that it's super traditional, so it makes it better.
That was actually all pretty traditional.
Even though this guy lays a lot of heavy stuff down, she's there, she's picking up what he's putting down. But then the best part happens. Not them getting together, because I don't care, but he admits that he actually likes JP. The jock prince is actually probably the best person in this movie. And then the celebrity dude shows up, because of course he does. Absolutely, of course. We never would have guessed that. And she's like, oh my God, one day can actually change things. And it's true, like, if you kill somebody, that's not even just one day that changes things for the rest of your life. That's 1 second. I went real dark with that, but yes, one day can change your life. So then it cuts back down to Shower Girl and Anna just drops the bombshell that we never would have guessed. Oh my God, she's not out. That I kind of assumed that the entire movie. They should have established that earlier on, that like they had this conversation where she told her a coming out story. But no, I never would have guessed that. But it's okay, because she decides that like she's not gonna be afraid anymore, and her dancer friends are supportive. We stand these dancers in the window.
Have you seen a pig?
Okay, this is why we don't buy animals or bring them to parties. But it leads Nice Jock to Jackie, which, you know, I'm okay with. That's so that 70s show. It's cool, it works. Except Nice Jock's way nicer than Kelso. And then that's pretty much the end of the movie. Everybody has their happy little ending. Everybody kind of gets together. People kind of accept things for how they are. It is one of these things, there's so many different stories going on that maybe not every person gets enough of like character development. Like, I don't actually think that Homecoming Ned had much development other than realizing that he didn't care that DJ Tempest didn't show up for his DJ set. But in terms of the title, other than Jackie kind of getting stranded all over the place throughout this movie and having to get picked up by Joan Cusack, which I honestly happened way more than I even mentioned, I don't actually think this snow brought anyone together. If anything, it kept Nibble Clipper stranded way longer than it should have. Like, eventually everybody gets there, but they get there despite the snow, not because of the snow. But this is like a decently cute movie. Like, if you look at the description to this movie and watch the little blurb they have, and it seems like something you'd like, you're probably gonna walk away liking this movie. Of all of the really crappy holiday movies that are out there and all the Lifetime ones that end up playing, this is nowhere near as bad as any of those. And because it's already on Netflix, it's not like you're taking an extra trip somewheres to watch it. So it's not the best movie in the world. It's not the worst movie in the world. I think it's sitting at like a 2.8 on Letterboxd or something, which seems like that's a pretty apt place for it to be. There's nothing offensive about it. There's nothing so bad that I can just immediately dunk on this and point out that it's horrible. But yeah, let me know if you guys watch this movie, what you thought about it. I know some people obviously genuinely love it, but yeah, if you're into like wholesome, just kind of like holiday content that has nothing like offensive in it, that nothing overly bad happens in it, and it's just nice, you're gonna love this movie. Like, my mom would probably like this movie. My mom likes feel-good movies, you know? So that's gonna do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all later. That was not good. There we go.